Welcome to this episode of Greece Chats Podcast with Tony Kariotis. I'm your host, Tony Kariotis, and today I don't have a guest, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a location in Greece, Paros Island, and what we're going to do is we're going to break it down and give you all the best travel tips, what to do there, where to stay, how to get there, the best photo ops, the best beaches, everything that you're looking to do, and the information that you want. So grab your notebooks and let's jump into this conversation on Greece Chats Podcast. All right, let's kick things off. We're talking the island of Paros today. It's one of my favorite islands, and if you've been following me over the years, you'll know that I end up on Paros literally every summer. It's one of my favorites for many reasons. When I'm there, I just feel completely relaxed. I love the views, the lifestyle, the food, the beaches, the sightseeing, pretty much everything. But let's start things off with the simplest question. How do we get there? So, if you're in Athens, there's two ways to get there. You can hop on a ferry. If you take the standard ferry, you'll get there in about 5 hours. If you take the sea jets, you'll get there in about 3.5, but be prepared to pay about double the ticket. The standard ticket for the regular ferry was going to run around 50 euros, whereas the speed jets are going to cost you closer to 80, maybe 100 euros, if not a little bit more. And you can also fly. You can head over to the airport, hop on a plane. You'll be in the air for about 30 minutes. So you get there pretty quickly, but you got to go through the hassle of getting to the airport, going through all the checks, all that good stuff. There is a couple other ways you can get there if you like a more luxurious life or a more exotic life. You can take a helicopter tour from Athens to Paros. And if you're interested in something like that, I'll include how to find that in the show description. And another way you can get there is you can sail there. You can take a private boat tour and get there on your own time. All of those ways is possible. The quickest and easiest, well, not the quickest, the most cost-efficient way is to either fly or hop on the ferry. And then the other options are, like I said, you can sail there or you can hop on a helicopter. All right, so now we're in Paros. Where do we stay? So there's several villages and towns, but the three that come to mind right off the bat, you can stay in the main town, Parikia, capital of the island. You're going to find everything you need there. You got beaches, you got restaurants, you got hotels, you got shopping, you got nightlife, you've got it all, cafeterias, anything you need, Parikia has it. The super popular village of Naoussa, which over the last few years has become incredibly popular for many good reasons. It's a beautiful village, extremely... if you're into photography, you're going to take some of the most amazing photos. Many say that walking through the narrows of Naoussa reminds them of Mykonos nowadays. And the shops have noticed, and you'll notice a lot of upscale shops have started to pop up in Naoussa. You can take a walk right around right by the water. You have the famous picturesque spots like the pink bougainvilleas, the Leonardo door, the Venetian castle. Just having lunch, for instance, in the middle of right by the water there is just an unreal experience. The buildings are really short, so the sun's hitting you at every angle, and it's really beautiful. So Naoussa is a nice place to stay. Another option, you can go to Piso Livadi, a smaller fishing town. And it's not like Naoussa, but if not, some people may like it better. So you got Naoussa, Parikia, Piso Livadi. If you want to go to the south side of the island, there's another village called Alikis, and I'll talk a bit more about Alikis later because it's a really good reason to go down there. So that's where to stay. Up next, we have the best beaches. And we all know you're going to Greece, you want to go to the beach. So I prepared a list of about close to 10. I think eight. I got 8 or 9 that I like. We'll start off with Kolymbithres. Kolymbithres is a unreal experience. You have amazing wind-shaped rocks and stones. It doesn't really look like Sarakinico and Milos, but it's got the same idea. It's all wind-shaped white stone, soft sand in the water, a super relaxed swimming experience. If you want something a bit more lively with some music and sunbeds and service, you can go to Santa Maria, another soft sand beach, nice crisp waters. Up next, I have Kariotis. Kariotis is very unique. You're not going to find anything organized there, no sunbeds, so come prepared. But what this place has is the clay that you can scrape off of the mountain walls. You mix it with water, and it has some healing traits. So you just rub it on your skin, let your body soak in the water, and let it dry up. Leave it on for 10-15 minutes. Jump in the water, rub it off. And then you have the Monastiri Beach. Some that live on the island will tell you that this is their favorite beach. It's an amazing sunset spot as well. Faragos is another beach. Really nice. If you want something, let's say you're staying in Naoussa and you don't want to go too far away, there's a beach called Piperi Beach in Naoussa. Simple beach. Come prepared. I don't believe there's sunbeds, but if there are, they may be limited. Nice calm beach in Naoussa. Up next we have Golden Beach. This is a very popular beach. It gets packed. It's sunbeds, music, all that good stuff. Golden Beach. Then you have Punda Beach. It's another lively beach with sunbeds and all that good stuff. And then lastly, so I said Punda Beach, but then there's Punda Bay Beach. And here I don't recommend swimming, but it's a really, really cool experience if you enjoy kite surfing or watching kite surfing. Shallow waters that people are kite surfing over. So let's talk about the best things to do in Naoussa. Paros, I should say. The best things to do in Paros. And we're leading off with Naoussa. So, take in Naoussa. Like I was saying earlier, Naoussa is a whitewashed building neighborhood. You got the narrow walkways, the Cycladic patterns everywhere. You're gonna see shops. You're gonna see restaurants. You're gonna see amazing views. During the day, you're going to have crisp blue skies with white buildings and the sun. And if you walk close to the water, you get the waves crashing up against you. In the evening, if you're into nightlife, it's got a very classy nightlife. Most of it is outdoor style. You're sitting either some seats by the water or some standing tables right in the harbor. You have some boats docked next to you. It's a really, really cool experience. There is an indoor part of it too, but that fills up pretty quickly, and most of the shops have set up exterior situations. Up next, we have Visit Parikia, day and night. You definitely want to spend at least a couple days in Parikia, the main capital of the island. At night, what they do is they block off the main road from drivers, so you can go for a walk. And you're going to see a lot of people that convert that to a walking area. You get the tavern set up there. It's a really, really nice experience for an evening dinner right after sunset. Go for a walk through town, grab some ice cream. The shopping is great there. Parikia is beautiful. There's some beaches there if you do want to go spend the whole day there. There's beaches everywhere. Up next, go explore the traditional villages. The first one that comes to mind is the former capital of the island, Lefkes. It's up in the mountains. It was originally placed there to protect from attackers, but now it's a traditional village, whitewashed buildings. Take a walk through there. Eventually, You're going to come up to some cafeterias, grab lunch, grab coffee to help you finish that walk. And all the pathways lead up to the big church in the middle. And there's some amazing photo ops there in Lefkes. All right, moving right along. Up next, we have the Archaeological Museum. Pretty much everywhere in Greece you go, if you're into the history, you want to check out the archaeological museums and see the history. You'll learn that Paros was known for being a source of a marble from Paros, which I believe was called Pyrenean marble. Anyways, check that out, and it's you always want to check out the museums. If you're into the history and the churches, one of the most fascinating churches, the Church of 100 Doors, and in Greek, Panagia Ekatontapileani. It's when you look at the word, it's intimidating, but you break it down slowly. Ekatontapileani. This church was built in the 4th century, and it was actually built over a former track, gymnasium, and there's a few markers that mark what these exact spots used to be. So I'd recommend getting a tour guide that's gonna walk you through it, talk about the history, show you pretty much everything about it, talk about what was before it. And if you're looking for a tour guide for that, I'll have information in the show descriptions of how to get one. You can reach out to me and I can connect you with the person that runs these tours. If you're into wineries, one of the nicer wineries I've ever experienced in all of Greece is in Paros, the Moraitis winery. They have a huge selection of amazing wine. You'll go in, they get a charcuterie board and grab some wine and enjoy your day. Up next, an absolute must when you're visiting Paros is to go and take a day trip to Antiparos, the island right next door. And there's a small port that'll take you there, and they'll take you there in about 8 minutes. It's that close, and it's not even a fast boat, and it's fairly inexpensive. The tickets are about 5 to 8 euros, I believe. If you're taking a car on, it might be 10. The boat goes back and forth every half hour. They have multiple boats, so there's always a path back. Go to Antiparos, spend the early part of the day on the beaches, go walk through the town. In the evening, when you walk through the town, it'll take you to a path to this beach that is known for the best sunset on the island. If you continue along there, you're going to see this sunset cafe that is an absolute amazing way to end your evening there. And then you can hang out in the town and take the midnight boat back. They pretty much just ask the locals what time's the last boat going back, if you do need to go back to Paros or spend the night in Antiparos. All right, up next, take a Catamaran Sunset cruise. I recommend this anywhere you are in Greece. If you want to hop on a boat and enjoy the sunset, it is the best way to enjoy a sunset. These tours usually go for 4 to 6 hours. You can do an all-day boat, or you can just do the afternoon to sunset. You'll enjoy some swimming. They'll feed you lunch or dinner. There's beverages on board, music. They'll provide swimming gear like snorkel and flippers. And then during sunset, sit back, grab a spot on the catamaran, put your towel down, lay down, and just take it in. It's an absolutely unreal experience. If you're looking to book a catamaran tour in Paros or anywhere else, shoot me a message. I can connect you with pretty much any catamaran tour out there. Up next, I mentioned earlier the kite surfing. If you're into kite surfing, head over to Punda Bay Beach. If you're going there to kite surf, you'll be able to just go right up and rent the equipment. Or if you want, just go and enjoy taking it in. Grab a cup of coffee, go sit back, or lunch, have a picnic, and watch the kite surfers. It's a really, really cool experience. And then one more I got for you is Aliki. Go down to Aliki and take a boat tour there. And the boat tour in Aliki takes you to what they call the turquoise clear waters. And they're not lying. Crystal waters, they're not lying. It's some of the most amazing colors. You'll hop on the boat, they'll take you out there, go swimming for about an hour, and then they'll take you back. Definitely worth doing the boat tour down in Aliki's village, and plan to eat there. The seafood down in Aliki's, the restaurants there are absolutely incredible. and you are going to find some amazing foods. All right, so up next, we're going to talk about the best photo ops on the island. But before we do that, I do got to read off some ads that make this podcast possible. So up first, we have Glosti. Glosti makes handmade products for pretty much anyone out of Greece. All their products are locally made, and they have gift ideas for men, women, and children. So go to Glosti, KLOSTI.com. Check them out. Up next, we have Castra e Leon Premium Sippin' Vodka. Castra e Leon Premium Sippin' Vodka is a vodka distilled out of Greece using Greek grains and olives out of Nafpaktos. Please drink responsibly and obey the local regulations when it comes to the age that it is required to purchase. Up next, we have Origins. Origins is a new travel companion app that is amazing for travelers just like you. If you're a solo traveler or you're going with a group but you love meeting new people, the way this works is you program the app and you tell it where you're from, your roots. So, for instance, someone like me, I would make my account. I'd say I'm from Greece. In Greece, I'm from Kalinos, Kalamata. I'm also from the United States, in Boston. So, let's say I go on a trip somewhere around the world or Greece, and I pull this phone out, and I want to meet some people that share the similar roots as me or just some cool people. It'll rank people that are closest to you based off what route you share. So if someone is also from Kalinos, it'll say 15 miles away there's somebody from Kalinos, and then I can connect that person and go hang out. You check them out. They're on the App Store, they're on the Google Play Store. It's called Origins. You can learn more about them on Instagram at Origins App. All right, up next, if you're a Greek from the diaspora looking to get your citizenship in Greece, head over to greece-media.com/Greek citizenship. And I got two more. One is Joyful Wild Greek Olive Oil. What this is a medicinal olive oil straight out of Greece. And you take 2 teaspoons a day. And from what they say, there's a ton of health benefits. I started taking it recently, so I can't tell you if I feel any different, but stay tuned. I've been on this journey now for a couple of weeks, and I will let you know how that's going. But I have a link in the bio of how to get yours. And if you're listening from the United States, this last sponsor is helping Greeks and non-Greeks in the United States realize their dreams of home ownership. Check out our friend Savas Fetfatsidis. He's on Instagram at Savas Mortgage, and he is standing by ready to teach you all about what it's like to get a pre-approval and actually go through with it, and he will help you apply and get it done and realize your dream of home ownership if that's where you are in your life and you're ready to buy a home. All right, that's all I got for ads. Let's get back to this. And what I want to talk about next is the best photo ops on Paros. I'm not going to put a ton, but I'm going to put a few. The first one that comes to mind, all over Instagram, when you look up Paros, you're going to see the famous pink bougainvillea in Naoussa with the Leonardo sign above the door. For those that don't know, Leonardo's a nightclub, but they have this super popular sign that says Leonardo's with a bougainvillea wrapped around the door, and it's become a staple for photo ops on the island. Another one in Naoussa is the Venetian Castle, which you'll see from the pink door. If you just turn around, you walk right along the harbor, and you can get to that. Another amazing photo op is up in Lefkes, right by the church. There's some really nice areas where you can take some photos. In Parikia, there's the windmill, and there's just all the whitewashed narrows. Like Parikia's got the similar whitewashed narrows that you'll find in Mykonos, that you'll find in Naoussa. So Parikia's got a ton of amazing photo ops. Another photo op is a sunset on the Catamaran tour. or on Antiparos, in the walkways of Antiparos. And also in Alikis, in the turquoise waters. You definitely want to get a nice photo there. Those are some photo ops on the island. There's plenty more in one more in Marpisa. There's a few nice, if you're into taking photos of doors, you're going to find some amazing doors in the village of Marpisa. All right, some closing thoughts on Paros. First of all, it's a big island, so if you're considering, do I need a car, do I need an ATV, or can I just get around with cabs and buses? All of them work. There are bus routes that will take you. There are cabs. Cabs are going to get very expensive. If you do feel comfortable driving, I would say rent a car. You could get away with an ATV, but the distances are pretty far when you're going north to south, east to west. And even in the car, it's a solid 25 minutes, 30 minutes to go from the top of the island to the bottom of the island. Even if you're in Naoussa and you want to go to the close beach, Santa Maria, it's still 12, 13 minutes in the car. So I would say probably get a car, keep your things in there, makes getting around a lot easier. Up next, a couple of the notes. Everything is far apart. If you want to get a nice glimpse of what Naoussa looks like, you can always watch my film, Naked Naoussa. What the Naked series is, I picked a few different locations in Greece where I went and filmed them where off-season, so it looks completely empty. And these are areas that are usually bustling with tourists, and I was able to capture them with minimal tourism. So definitely check out, I have the link to Naked Naoussa in the show description. And for those that do enjoy my photography, I have a lot of Paros in my book. I published a book about a year ago called Naked Greece, and you can find that in the show description. And then other thoughts about Paros, you want to definitely this I didn't include because it's not technically Paros, but if you want to do a day tour from Paros to another island, that's another great idea. There are tours that'll take you, for instance, next door to Naxos. But what I would recommend is try to find a tour that'll take you to the small Kyklades like Koufonisi. That is unreal. If you have time to spend multiple days there, great. But if you can just go for the day, get on the morning boat tour, go to Koufonisia. They'll show you the coast of Koufonisia, maybe go for a swim, come back at night. Highly recommend. Koufonisia is one of the hidden gems in the Aegean. That pretty much covers everything for Paros that I wanted to get into. There's still a ton more. I didn't want to spoil everything. I want you to be able to discover some stuff. But that's all I got. And it's one of my favorite islands. I go there every year, and I'll continue to go there every year. Some summers I've gone multiple times. I realize, I'm pretty close to Paros, and there's a route there, and I don't have plans after the island, and I ended up in Paros. And if you're looking for places to stay in Paros, I'll have a few places I recommend in the show description. And if you don't like those, shoot me a message, and I have a ton of options for you. Great places to stay in Naoussa, Parikia, or anywhere in the island. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps this channel grow. And that is it. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Greece Chats Podcast with Tony Kariotis. And I will talk to you again on the next episode. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Greece Chats Podcast. If you liked it, learned something new, or were inspired, please share with a friend. It helps this channel grow, and it allows us to keep bringing you more episodes just like this.